on the Summer Jam screen right now, we have Peter Guns and Amina Buddafly. Now, these people, if you a young person, you probably don't know who this is. All right, now Peter Guns was an old nigga when this show when he was on Love and Hip Hop. Matter of fact, Love and Hip Hop is a safe haven for old niggas. You know what I'm saying? Come on,
Donation.
What's up?
Donation. Donation.
Talk to me. Okay.
Donation.
So Peter Guns, was it Peter Guns?
They just asking it.
A rapper from the late '90s, never really had super long career. He had minor success with the song "Uptown Baby," "Uptown Baby." You know what I mean? So he had success with that. Late '90s. He kind of stayed relevant through his son Corey Guns, a very talented dude. Corey Guns like my age, honestly. So it's crazy seeing Corey Guns as like a grown man. Like he's like Corey Guns. I know I'm old, but Corey Guns is almost 40 years old. That is crazy. It's wild and crazy, right? But anyway, so Amina Buddafly, a singer, songwriter. I forgot she was a part of a song group with her sister. I forget what it's called. I think it was Black Butterfly. I think it was, right? So anyway, so she's German and black, or black German. Basically, she's biracial. Okay, so they have a few children together when they were on Love and Hip Hop New York in I think it was 2015ish, around that time, right? They they had a few kids together, and it was. The storyline was mostly about like Peter Guns and his other baby mother. Like Peter Guns got mad kids, bro. Like, oh, it's a super flat. I'm at the pause. Let's go full screen. I'm going full screen. So Peter Guns got mad kids, and this is like his last baby mother, I think. I hope. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Let's see what AC got for us. Let's go full screen so I can get my drink.
Anybody. Just so desperate for a Brad. Well, the people in front of me right now, Peter Guns and I believe her name's Amina, right? I think she went by I think she's a musician. I think she goes by Amina Buddafly. Well, they was on a reality TV show called Love and Hip Hop New York, I think. I think it was called that. I think Peter Guns is from New York. I'm not sure where she's from. But the reason why I'm talking about her, right, is because of this. He said something that pissed him off. She said something that pissed him off. And what happened was somebody... Look, by the name of Dark Sister, asked her, how do you get a Brad? How do you get a white man? That's what she asked her, right? And she told her the truth about Brad and who's he into and who he's not into. And she told them on a different scale too, not only in the United States, because she was in Germany for a while, and she said in Germany they're not checking for them either. This is not just here. Keisha can't just travel out of the country and go to another country. They're not checking for you over there either.
And listen, let me tell you something about what he mean by that, right? The reason why, listen, the brothers always got to give it up this way, because if not, they will not come to order. Okay, they won't come to reality. You understand? I never forget. I always bring this example up because at the time it was significant, right? I heard a coworker of mine. They was talking about traveling, right? And I think they talked about. I think Dubai may came up, right? And like the first thing she says is, "And they love black women over there." Before the Kevin Samuels era, where black men finally start saying, "You know what? We're going to at least try to lead in our own individual lives. We will exercise control and order in our respective lives where we can. And one of the things that niggas ain't gonna do no more is just let you just say shit, okay?" And when she said that, right, don't get me wrong, there's little bit of truth to it. In conversations like that, you come to understand that when women say things, what they don't always mean what they're saying, or it may sound one way, but it means something else. Let me tell you why, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna say that. It's not my original point, but as we start having these conversations more and more and building more and more in this subject, we started kind of coming to the conclusion of y'all may be saying that because these dudes will sometimes give y'all sexual attention. All right. Or they'll feel as though, all right, well, I'm dating her, so this should be easy. Because a lot of black women, and they keep it in the stat. If you talk to them in person, I've never known no black woman who's had a long-term good experience with a non-black man. Usually, if you see a sister and she with a non-black man, at best he a regular dude. At best. Not normally, not the top shelf dude. If he's at all attractive or handsome or like or whatever, she definitely paying for him. I.e. Travis Kelce. What was the girl name? You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, so Travis Kelce and the girl, I think it was Nicole something. You get it, right? But during that relationship, Travis Kelce said, he might have gave her a couple $100 throughout the course of the relationship, and he's a millionaire. He couldn't give y'all one instance where he tricked off, right? He didn't give her no property, right? No gold bars, no chicken wings, no fried rice, no soy sauce. You understand? Right? So anyway, these conversations are important because women go online, they go on TikTok and they rot their brain, and then they got some other Keisha telling them to go where they appreciate it. Nigga, when have white men ever appreciated you? But hold on now. But if you look at it from the standpoint or the perspective of she doesn't mean that literally. All right, go where you're appreciated basically means do whatever you gotta do to get that bread. If you're a little bit defective, it don't matter, okay? Because you gotta realize, black men, once you understand and just respect, black women and women of color look at Brad like a BMW and Mercedes. Even if that BMW got electrical problems, the more broke you are, the more worse off you are, the more you're going to say, you know what? I can deal with the car dying on me in the middle of the highway. Keep it a stack with me. Keep it real with me. Come on, bro. Come on. In the bricks. In the bricks.
I have somebody I love in the bricks.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta try some new shit.
Because I went to school on a school bus.
And you ain't black.
You ain't black either. You ain't black. You feel me? Oh, I got some more shit too. What's up?
What about ecstasy?
Uh-huh.
T-shirts.
What?
What's your white woman name? They gave me mine.
And they didn't like her response to the point where they giving her a lot of smoke over her response. And this is her response right here.
Now, how do I do that? Like, serious question, how do I do that? How do I get a white man? Like, how do you get a man, period? I don't know. Men normally get me. I don't know how to go get a white man. Mainly because I also think they don't like me. Like I've said it forever. White men don't like me. They're not into me. Maybe it's part of me growing up in Germany and not feeling desired because men in Germany just don't desire black women.
Again, talking about Germany. This is a European country. It's probably one of those countries where, I could be wrong, but it's a lot of white folks. I mean, it's multicultural, multiracial, but it's a lot of white folks, a lot of white dudes. These bras will get online talking about pasta. A few years ago, there was a TikTok trend called pasta and lobster. And I was like the divester, I need a Brad anthem, right? Which is basically a trend based off of basically like it's basically Brad worship. The idea is, as long as you get a white guy, does it not matter what is the nature of your relationship? If he actually treats you well, to other Keishas, to other black women, it is the ultimate status symbol having almost any kind of white guy. Like to the point where they flip all the rules. Don't got a haircut? No problem. No car? no problem. No money, no problem. Small penis, no problem. Can't dance, no problem. Can't fight, no problem. Satisfaction, not guaranteed. Where my music at? Hold on, man. I'm losing my beats. Y'all ain't tell me that I lost my beats. Hold on, man. I need to have my music on when I'm cooking. You know what I'm saying? Ever so softly in the background. You feel me? Well, let's go to something else. But anyway, so I'm gonna keep interjecting, but I'll get into it.
Generally speaking, and I just always felt like that's just what it is. Yeah, I know there are some couples where white men with black women and they are really into them and stuff, but it's some occasions, like you don't see that all the time. White men normally go for white women. Like white men are not attracted to us black women like that. And if I'm wrong, please hit me up in the comments. But like, just from what I experienced, white men not really into me. I don't think I ever met anybody like really that was really into me. And I need my man to really be into me, like obsessed. Like, you're the most beautiful, amazing woman in the world. Always thought that white men don't like me. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
And they definitely tried to correct her. Because, that they don't want to hear that Brad is not checking for them.
Real quick before he go any further, right? Let me speak to what she's saying. You got to realize that Amina's having a regular conversation. Also, Amina's not from here. She's not from America. She's from Germany. All right. So it's a different culture, and also she doesn't come from having a ghetto ass mother. You know what I'm saying? I believe she has a white mother, meaning that like she doesn't have all these American tropes. Now again, the dynamic is mostly the same with black men and black women around the world, right? But when black women don't have a mother that's teaching them how to finesse a nigga, how to get over on the nigga, don't get me wrong, they'll still have their own dysfunctions, but that's a whole culture to try to finesse, attack, destroy, take advantage of a useful black man or a black man that has love for you. All right, and let that sink in for a second. So she don't have that culture. So when she's having this conversation, like she's not expressing herself from the standpoint of, well, let me lie and make y'all think I'm living a life that I'm not actually living. You know what I'm saying? She's saying, nah, fam, I'm living my raps. You know what I mean? And she keep it in the stack. And now, mind you, this is an attractive, light-skinned woman. Now she's older now, still very attractive woman. Okay, not only that. White men who really are really into like black women, a lot of times they like more biracial looking women. Now, of course, men will take almost anything on a, as AC says, a tizzy tour, right? And it's the same as now when it comes to sex, if that's confusing to you, right? It's the same as how women don't need a lot of information. Or need to know you for a super long time, right? To spend your money, right? And that's fine. All right. It's the same thing with sex. And somehow, like when black women talk about relationships with black women and white men, it can never just be he just want to smash. She's accessible. She's also making it very easy. If someone sees you as valuable and sees the good in you and whatnot, they're not going to make it tough for you. So therefore, you got to realize too, like the white guys who were into black women, they get a taste for them because of how they're treated. They're treated better because now when he deal with Becky knows this nigga ain't hitting on nothing. But when he comes to the black community, he getting daps, he getting hugs, all kind of hugs. But anywho, so I thought it's an interesting conversation. Also, Amina said they're not into me. And then she said, when I'm dealing with a guy, I need him to be really into me and obsessed with me. She didn't say that white men never want to have sex with me. She didn't say that they didn't want to crack. She didn't say that. She's saying, no, like, white guys don't show me love. White guys don't love on me and show me the same attraction that a black man would. They don't have the same look in their eyes, the same adoration. You know why she says that shit? Because she is more in along with what real attraction looks like. She's saying that I've never been around a white guy that showed me that he really liked me or was really into me. A lot of black women, especially millennials and Gen Z, and all women who are on dating apps, one of the things that they're not going to tell you they're doing on a dating app is they trying to find a non-black a non-black suitor. They looking for either a white guy, anything like but a black man, to the point where black women got online and said Hinge is racist, and then told, really it was probably a fucking lie, which was, this girl said she changed her profile to white. Now mind you, she said she didn't change her pictures, she just changed her race to white, and she saw better matches and whatnot. I'm like, all right, okay, but this is like, how would you see better matches? The person would have to see you and match with you. The reason why you're not seeing Brad in your matches is because Brads don't match with you. The algorithm has picked up on the fact that white guys are not into you. All right, you know how I know that I'm like mad handsome, right? On Facebook dating, if I start going to my Facebook dating, especially now, a majority of the women I see now, they may be, some of them a little bit younger. So I'll see women between, sorry, a little stuffed up. I see women between 24 and like 40 something. And for the most part, I rarely think, God damn, she busted. Or like, oh, nah, I would never talk to her. So whoever you see on your search, or in the people you see on Hinge and your dating profile, those are the people that the app knows you're nearby, right? According to your search, and also according to the filters that you put on your dating profile. And these are also the people that they think you're actually going to match with. They basically saying, yo, this is kind of like your level. This is kind of like where you are with this whole thing. You understand? So, but with black women, when it comes to white men, they don't seem to require the white guy to be genuinely into the relationship or genuinely attracted. All right. But also, I think what's important to know is this. That's what it is when women see value in a man. And a lot of black guys, yo, you just not going to experience that shit. You understand? Anywho, so I'm going to keep cutting off. I'm going to play a little longer, and I'm going to tell other topics.
Actually, they don't want to hear that Brad is not checking for them overseas either. Like, wait a minute. Now you're going a little too far. And honestly, when you look at her, she's, if that's what she's saying, that means that she's not even currently dating or have dated a Brad before. So they just asked her that out of the blue. So you're asking women who are not even in relationships with Brads on how to get a Brad just because she has proximity to them. So is that desperate for y'all to ask women that are not even actively in a relationship with them, but just around them? And that goes to what I've always said. When it comes to Keisha and Brad, the reason why they're not around Brad like that is because, for one, Brad doesn't allow, them to be in their spaces. He doesn't allow for them to be in their spaces. Areas that they go to, places that they go to, they're specific for them and Becky families. They really don't like them around. So they're not permitted in those areas. And if they do try to, occupy those areas, Brad will make it very uncomfortable for them in these spaces, right? So if that's the case, the very few that's around them, because they grew up around them, probably was raised up around them, they're asking them, even if they're not in a relationship with them, how to get one because they're in close proximity with them, and that's just desperate.
Okay, all right, so boom. All right, so I'm sorry. I'm not being a good content creator. I'm going to keep it a stack with you. My strength does not lie in being organized. My strength lies in connecting with the people. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, who going to lead the black community? You know
Who going to lead the people in the black community?
You know what I'm saying? Tell me. I'm waiting. Tell me. Right? Anyway, so she did say it at the beginning of the video, but now I'm like, oh, okay, all right. They was asking her how to get a white man. First of all, it's just a whack ass question. It's just in general, it's just a whack ass question. How do you ask someone? How do you get someone outside your race? Like that would be like a black guy would never ask another black guy, how you get a white girl, yo? Like, how you do that? What you mean? Wait, what? And you know what? I've heard AC make this point a lot of times about like, yo, black men don't have a name or a theme or a lifestyle for when they date white girls. They just call it dating. It's just, oh, well, my girlfriend happens to be white. There's no whereas like with black women, it's really a thing. It's really exciting. It's really like a whole ambition. We got to realize as women watch more reality TV shows, right? Watch more TV, more TikTok. You have all these curated, scripted images, all right? And things that seem like, oh, I'm peering into your regular life. Because when I watch a reality TV show, it's not a movie. Even though it is a movie or it is a story there, it seems as though I'm watching a real moment, right? And what happens is your brain becomes trained to see reality this way, to see your own self this way, to a point where you think, don't get me wrong, it's not that you can't curate your life, right? It's not that you can't be intentional about who you're around, what you accomplish, what you wear, what you eat, and the lifestyle you want and stuff like that. But it's not as simple as just saying, all right, boom, I'm gonna go on Amazon and buy everything I need, or I'm gonna buy this decoration, these sheets, whatever it is, right? And women this is women in general, but black women in particular, the way they see dating and see their life, they see it as it's like it's as simple as buying some shit off of Amazon. All right, well I'll just get a man off of Amazon, or I'll just go online and buy me a relationship, or I'll see what do I have to do to get this or get that. And it's like an interesting thing about getting any particular kind of man, especially a man that's in demand. At the time, Kevin Samuels couldn't understand why all these black women would call in saying they wanted a high value man, or they could see themselves getting a high value man, despite, having a big ass back, despite, just not being pretty at all, despite always haven't been broke and being broke in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Being broke as you're calling Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? This whatever bonnet. You know what I'm saying? Bonnet, Crocs. A black woman could have on a bonnet and Crocs, and then will come on that show and say, I think I can get a high value man, or how do I get a high value man? Sometimes they were playing around, right? And that was one more problem that we had to address is, goddamn, we are not serious people. Because some girls will call that show and just be playing around. But anyway, but overall, Kevin didn't understand that the reason why the average at best girl called, in her mind, the guy that probably goes into the silhouette of the kind of guy that would make six figures and somehow still want to be with her in her 30s, she thinks that he's going to want her because in her mind it's a black guy, and it's a black woman, all niggas are the same. And all niggas should be treated the same. It wasn't until like Coach Greg pointed out the fact that Megan Thee Stallion served a multi-millionaire, a basketball legend, Hawaiian rolls, sweet Hawaiian rolls on a paper plate, and put that shit in his lap like they're a couple for the fucking Bronx. She's a multi-millionaire. She wasn't even giving her the food at her dining room table. Even if you don't use the bitch, I would imagine that someone on Megan Thee Stallion's level would have a dining room table. Instead, how she living? How she living, angry man? Like a pirate. You know what I'm saying? Think big, bitch. Come on, man.
It's small. We need to be thinking big.
Come on, man.
Sucker, stop.
Come on, man. Come on. I see you get washed.
I'm not helping nobody.
You know what I mean?
You know why you ain't shit?
You feel me? That's for the angry man. Let's say it again.
You know why you ain't shit?
You feel me? Might playing with y'all. We'll see where I'm at on time. I know I've been spazzing for a minute now, but all right.
Right. That's how you know they're desperate. Desperate to get a Brad. You never see them asking questions like, how do you get a black man? How do you get a productive black man? You don't hear those because they believe those dudes are a given. Those dudes are just there just to be there, and you don't really have to do anything for them. Why even ask that question when you could just easily get one? But when it comes to Brad gets all the type of and
Real quick, we about to get off this jaw, man. This is a quick reaction, but look at the screen. The screen says, "Get a white man." How do you get a white man? It doesn't even say, "How do I get a successful white man?" How do I get a functioning white man? How do I get a white man that's not going to beat me up? Have y'all heard of the Deadpool killer? There was an insane white man who went on a whole rampage and he did a whole lot. He's actually been featured on the Netflix show. I think it's called Worst Ex Ever. Check it out when you get a chance. All right. And let me know in the comment section what you thought about it. All right. But anywho, yeah, that shit don't say, it doesn't even specify what kind of white man. It's like, yo, fuck it. Any white man. The white man could be a leprechaun. They not even worried about that. Gotta be careful what you wish for. So anywho, all right, man. So go on to the next topic, man. See what we got. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. All right, niggas is taking L's left and right.